As we get your week rolling, let's start it off here with a legislative update as State Representative Julie Rogers is joining us this morning on WKZO. Good morning.
Good morning, Ken and Tim. What beautiful weather we have been blessed to have.
We certainly have been, and we've got more of it to come later this week, but we'll talk more about that this morning. Meantime, of course, over the weekend, as many did, commemoration of the 9/11 ceremonies at the Michigan House of Representatives over this past weekend, among other places, Julie.
Yes, it was important for us to stop and remember and recognize the 20th anniversary, of course, of 9/11. On Thursday, we had a special ceremony on the lawn of the Capitol in Lansing, and I was privileged to be joined by Assistant Chief Victor Green from Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety. He's in the Community Affairs and Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Division, and it was great to spend some time with him. And Sheriff Fuller joined us as well, and we really appreciate all the men and women, of course, that serve in law enforcement and EMS and go into harm's way every day. As a healthcare provider in physical therapy, I've actually had the privilege of rehabbing several of these individuals over the years, and they have special injuries and really face quite a bit of trauma, not only physical, but the mental trauma from the things that they see in their everyday walks. And so I just really wanted to give a little shout out to them for their courage and their bravery. And we also had the humbling experience of being joined by the late Kalamazoo County Sergeant Ryan Proxmire's family. And so it was a very emotional day, and we were glad to be able to present them with the flag that was flown half-staff over the Capitol.
Well, thanks so much for sharing that with us this morning. That indeed was a very special event. Now to the business of the House. Tomorrow, the House Judiciary Committee has hearings on the first of a very important series of bills. What are these about?
Yes, I am excited to have my first committee hearing of the year that I will give testimony. So there is a sexual assault prevention and education bill package that I have been a part of. It's bipartisan, bicameral, meaning there's bills in both the House and the Senate. And this was first developed during the 2018 investigation into the MSU Larry Nassar scandal. And they're being reintroduced this term to make sure that we really finally address the critical failings in our state system that allowed this multi-decade travesty to unfold. So there's a lot of different pieces in the package. My bill is House Bill 4854, and it specifically would direct the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services to create a comprehensive training materials package for individuals who are mandatory reporters or who are required to report suspected child abuse or neglect. And really, the intent of my bill is pretty simple. It's to ensure that all the mandatory reporters are trained very specifically on how to report suspected child abuse or neglect. And as we learned from the brave statements from survivors of Larry Nassar, these young girls and women really told adults over and over of the abuse they suffered, and oftentimes nothing was done.
All right, we'll see how this progresses through the House Judiciary Committee starting tomorrow. Meantime, we're talking with State Representative Julie Rogers of Kalamazoo on WKZO this morning. And another bill of yours, 5283, for those who keep score at home, an environmental literacy bill. What's this about?
Yes, I also recently introduced a bill to amend our revised school code, so that's K through 12, to create an environmental literacy task force, and the goal would be to develop model curriculum on environmental literacy. There was a landmark report recently issued in August by the United Nations that clearly states global climate change is accelerating at an alarming rate. And I think now more than ever, making sure we educate our students about sustainability and environmental concerns and helping them strategize on ideas to solve it will really help make them better stewards of our natural resources. If this were implemented, the model curriculum would be designed to help students really understand and address our environmental challenges, contribute to students' healthy lifestyles, and improve existing environmental curriculums while providing activities and programs that would advance environmental education. Because I strongly think that we need to invest in our students since they are tomorrow's teachers, scientists, and community leaders who will be making a big impact on our Earth.
Well, you'll be discussing, no doubt, these and other issues over coffee a little bit later on this week.
Yes, we're back to our regular one. We had to move some things around last month, but we usually do it the third Friday of each month. So this Friday, September 17, from 8:30 to 9:30, we will host a virtual coffee hour, and I will give a legislative update and share some thoughts and perspectives. If you would like to join, you do need to get the link, so please register either by emailing my office, Julie Rogers, Rogers, at house.mi.gov, and you can also call us 517-373-1785, and we will make sure you are registered.
All right, please do that. And in the meantime, State Representative Julie Rogers has been with us with a legislative update this morning on WKZO. Thank you for bringing us up to speed on some of the things happening in Lansing, and as always, we appreciate your time.
Appreciate you too. Thanks.